The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello children, welcome back. Hope you are all happy and safe at home. Wishing you good luck. Let me begin my today's session. Shall I? Yes. Life is only once and it gets its meaning only when lived meaningfully, and identity as a human being can be approved or received only when you live virtuously, that is with a set of codes, rules, regulations, moral values, isn't it? Yes, life is a roller coaster. Will you disagree with me? Never, isn't it? Yes, and in such a situation when life throws on you like uncertain or unpleasant situations like what we are facing right now, what happens is what we are depressed, we are discouraged, we are in a panic situation. On such situations, what to be done? Yes, you are right. During such situations, what we should do is we will have to focus on to our strengths and try to overcome all the difficulties and bounce back to life. Okay, is it possible? Definitely it is possible, and children like you people can do it, and you only can do it. Okay, so today's session we are going to read a poem titled If, written by Rudyard Kipling. I hope Rudyard Kipling is familiar to you people. And what's the meaning of if? You might have used this if innumerable times when you speak, isn't it? If, and even from your parents you would have got this condition. If you get good marks, you will get a mobile. I'll take you for a trip, isn't it? So what is the meaning of if? If is a condition or supposition. And in speaking, this if is also used to introduce polite request. Okay, yes. And this poem definitely is going to be a memorable treasure throughout your life forever, for it teaches you how to deal with hardships in your life and live with it. Because life is what we live. We are the masters of our own fate, isn't it? And for sure, and to be honest, I have to confess that after reading this poem, I have got so many changes in me and how to deal with life. And definitely it has molded me to a better person. It has tuned me to a better person from the past, and it always picks me up when I am down. Right now, being children, you will have to learn this and read this and understand this poem, because you children are like a wet mud. Wet mud, it can be molded to any shape. It is very essential that you read and understand this poem. So each sentence has got its own deep meaning, and it turns to be a philosophy for everyone, whoever it might be or whichever religion they follow. Really, I wonder what made him write this poem. and even it sounds very relevant to this age. And it helps us to regain the positivity and hope when we are shattered. And this poem is addressed to Rudyard Kipling's son, John Kipling, and this poem is really with the great concern for the human world. So, the speaker in the poem comes with n number of conditions, saying that if you follow these conditions, you can live your life fulfilling your desires or fulfilling your dreams. It is also a guideline on how to act and live when adversities come. We should certainly make the best out of all the difficult situations, and we should try to avoid arrogance as well as overconfidence in life. Try to deal with win and loss situations very patiently. So, I hope you will be lending your ears to listen to this great poem, If. Might be the lines are slightly complicated, but it has a deep sense. Okay, so shall we move on to the poem? I hope you have taken your textbook with page number 30. Okay, so I'll begin with the poem. We have read about a very few great personalities and identified some of the qualities of greatness. If is a didactic poem which suggests the idea of conditional fulfillment, where the poet describes the traits of a perfect man. The whole world is running behind being perfect. Okay, so being perfect doesn't mean only in your life, but also in your values, moral, conducts. Okay, yes. So shall we start reading the poem? Okay. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it. And which is more, you will be a man, my son. So it comes as an advice to son. Advice, that is giving instruction, didactic poem, giving instruction to his son. It means not only to his son, to the whole universe. Okay, it's a poem of a previous century, and even now it's quite very relevant that we can get its each and every line to our life. Yes, children, to reach success, if success is your destination, discipline should be your vehicle to reach that destination. I have read somewhere. It's very true too. Okay, it comes only with self-control. You have seen players, isn't it? See, wherever you go, you have a discipline. You should be on the track. You cannot play everywhere as you wish. Even in the ground, you have to follow certain rules and regulations. Only then you will be accepted as a good player, sportsman. Everything has a set of rules to be on the track. If you are out of the track, you are thrown away. You have to maintain your own pace and track. It is very essential. It is needed in life. Okay, so moral qualities are inevitable in a person's life to mold him as a perfect human being. This If poem urges a balanced, grounded philosophy on life's up and downs. Okay, so this poem is an advice, wise advice. Anybody can advise, and the only thing that we people, adolescent children, what they don't wish and in this age is advice. Advice is very easy to give, and whoever comes on your way will give an advice. So, very rare to find people who give wise advice. So, here you have a set of advice. And if you follow that, for what purpose are we running behind money or running behind learning or doing something? It is to accomplish something on earth, isn't it? But very simple. You no need to go behind the things on earth. Once when you satisfy all these conditions lined up by Rudyard Kipling, everything on the earth becomes yours. Instead of you going behind them, everything comes behind you. And more than that, you can be a perfect man. Human being is something being human. If you don't have the humanitarian ground in you, then what is the use of being a human being? Being a human being is being human. Okay, and now to develop a proper attitude, in life, we need to be focused in order to realize the strength and weakness. Okay, so here we will see it is a lyrical poem that focuses on some conditions and it tries to explore some ideas. It is totally an optimistic poem. Okay, yes, shall we see to the first stanza? I hope you have read the whole poem. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. Stay strong. Simple formula to be a perfect human being. What is it? The first thing it says, if you can, it is not compulsory at all. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing there, when you can keep your head high and say that I am right, it happens only with self-esteem and courage and belief in oneself. So, once when you acquire these qualities, the first condition can be solved. So, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, might be the whole world is against you, turns against you and says that you are wrong. It is not at all necessary to surrender yourself there if you find that you are right and you are correct. You have to stay strong. Belief in oneself is very important. Believe yourself. If you don't believe yourself, then who else? Not possible. So, believe in yourself. Belief system should be strong. And you will have to be clear-headed, very strong. Nothing should distract you. Even if the whole world stands against you, what you have to do is that you will have to be strong. If you can keep your head when all about you, when everyone is against you, losing theirs, blaming it on you. Very difficult, isn't it? When everybody is blaming, what we do is we will quit the situations. Don't do that. He says that. First one, he hopes his son will live a very peaceful, courageous life. That is the purpose of life, isn't it? It is not like being a coward running off from one situation to other. So, first thing is believe in oneself. The second one is, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you. There may happen such situations in life. It is not that it will happen, it may happen. If such circumstances, that's what, unpleasant circumstances, if it happens, what should you do? It may shake you off. Even if you are very strong as mountain, no? Sometimes at life, very difficult to tolerate such things. The thing is, if you can trust yourself, when all men doubt you, everybody may say, doubt you person, you are a culprit. But it is not necessary that you have to put your head down. Say, stay strong and say, you trust yourself. You trust yourself and you cannot say that they should not doubt you too. You will have to give room for their doubting too. So, but make allowance for their doubting too. It is your responsibility to clear their doubts. You cannot ignore the situation and say, I am what I am. But when you live in a society, it is your responsibility to say, clear their doubts. If they still hold on, let them hold on. You move ahead if you are right. Okay, so if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, very horrible, you can think of that situation. But make allowance for their doubting too. You have to give room for that doubting, and it is your duty, responsibility to clear their doubts. And what comes next is, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting. Right now this generation, no? In a very hurry-burry. Everything right now it should happen. No patience at all. For good things to happen, you will have to wait patiently. Okay, so if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, so he tries to encourage learning patience. You go to a place, if you don't get a thing, the moment you go, you say, no, I will go to the next place. No, wait patiently. It is a good quality that we will have to develop right now when we are children. Okay, so if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, have some patience. Don't be worried about waiting for a long time. For good things to happen, you will have to wait patiently. Okay, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. The next thing, you happen to see people around you are lying for each and every situation, each and every moment. When you see your friend lying in front of your eyes, what you learn from him is that you too can lie like him. But he says that don't do that. Or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Be in your righteous path. It is not necessary that you have to stick on to his unwanted or bad habits. Lying is a bad habit, isn't it? What is the use in lying? See, when you speak the truth, you will have to remember less. When you speak lies, you will have to remember a lot. And credibility and genuinity about your personality will be reduced. Isn't it? Once when people come to know that you are a liar, people will underestimate your abilities. So, why should we give a space for that? So, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Stay strong. It needs courage. So, or being hated, don't give way to hating. This society, it is so competitive, isn't it? Once when you rise to heights, people cannot tolerate that and they may start blaming you, put you in tough situations. You understand that people around you are hating. You can feel that agony and pain once when you are hated. That hatred, no, it haunts us. But he advises us that don't give room for hating. Let people hate you. But you be broad-minded and stick on to the path of Jesus Christ. Love everyone. Don't hate anyone. If you can be like that, then nobody can disturb you at all. When you are strong, it needs courage ultimately. You should not be so timid or weak or brittle at such situations. Stay strong. Very difficult, my dear children, I know that. But still, if you people are children, if you need to be happy and safe in this world, which is a mixture of miseries and happiness, you will have to learn something from the previous generation. That's what we are trying to list it out. Wise advice. So, lend your ears. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. Try to accept people with their own weakness. Only at a later stage, even I understood how to be in a community, how to have a good relationship. Accept everyone as they are. With their weakness, that's what he said. Accept everyone with their weakness. Not everybody can be perfect. Each one, they are unique. So, don't hate anyone. Don't go behind like tit for tat. Okay, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. There are certain people, some people who boast about their goodness. I do that, I do this. So, that is also not favorable. If you want to be, it is not also a good trait for a perfect man. Don't boast about yourself. Don't act like that you are too perfect and too clever. Okay, don't act like you are so perfect, so clever and not like so wise. Accept your imperfections. Too much of anything is good for nothing, isn't it? We have heard this. It's a very simple proverb. So, self-confidence and courage to stay strong is the ultimate need of a person, a perfect person, to overcome the hardships of life. That's what life existence. Okay, it's fine. You have got the meaning of the first stanza. Okay, over to the screen for the brief description of the first stanza. Shall we move on to the second stanza? Again, it begins with if. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Or watch the things you gave your life to, broken and stoop, and then build them up with worn out tools. Again, it's a list of advice. Conditions, not advice, it is a condition. Yes, the second stanza deals with the meaning or the sense on how to deal with your thoughts and actions. Okay, you have to think and dream, but it should not overrule you. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, this is metaphor. Okay, dreams your master. So, who are the masters here? Dreams. So, it is a metaphor. If you can dream, you have to dream. Everybody teaches you on how to dream and what to dream. You have to dream about your life, but it should not master you. It should not overrule you. You should not be an idle monger of daydreaming. So, don't waste your time in idle thinking. Think productively. Dream that is possible by you. Okay, so if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, don't waste your time. You have to think, you have to act, and you have to dream about your life. But don't make those things master over you. Don't allow them to control you, people. Okay. Then, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. Impostor, pretenders, fake people, not real. So, here who are the two impostors? Triumph and disaster. Why? Success is not constant. It is not final or it is not fatal. We have learned earlier. So, success is not constant. You may have ups and downs. So, stay composed and tuned whenever you face success and failures, triumph and disaster, winning or losing. Stay balanced. Okay. So, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you are capable enough to deal with success and failures, triumph and disaster, winning and losing as a common aspect of life. If you are stable in your victory and if you are not depressed in your losing. If you remain moderate, if you could do things in a stable way, sense, then it is good. So, triumph and disaster is compared to be, or it is related with impostors. Impostors, pretenders is a quality of, so it is personification. Qualities of human beings. So, qualities of human traits are provided to inanimate objects, triumph and disaster. So, it is personification. So, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, that is again one condition. And if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Twisted by knaves. Knaves, dishonest people. Twisted, manipulating your truth. There are people who deliberately take the effort to put you in trouble. It is not that you should not trust anyone. You will have to, but also keep in mind there are people who take up their chance very deliberately to put you under pressure. That too you can never tolerate. The truth that you have spoken is twisted by them, according to them, and they will create a trap for us. So don't be fools. So if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for us. You may happen to listen to such things that puts you in trouble. So even in that situation, stay composed. Don't be worried. If your destination or if your actions or thoughts are good, then why do you worry about these people? They are knaves, dishonest people. Leave them off. Keep yourself safe. Don't be a fool. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken. You spoke the truth and the truth is twisted to something else that is painful. The right information you have given may be twisted to a wrong information without your knowledge. So what you may feel? So I have not done that, I have not spoke like that. You may try to prove yourself with a difficult pain in your mind. Stay strong, stay composed. Or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. You may be destroyed, shattered, but again you will have to try to fix it up everything. Or watch the things you gave your life. Might be you have given your life, your strength, your knowledge, your contribution, your perseverance. You might have worked day and night to gain something, and in front of you, you lose everything, broken and stoop. You go to a standard below your imagination. When you go below your standard, when you go below your status, stay strong. Don't get worried. Even in such a crucial situation, what you will have to do is come back, build them up, build all these things again with worn out tools. Tools of your life, for me, I used to say your virtues, your values, your patience, your courage, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your truth. All these things, maybe when you are disturbed, you will have a confusion on how to use. Even with under such situation, you stay strong and fix back all these problems and come back to the normal stage. You stoop, you go below your standard, build them up with your worn out tools. And when it comes to the third stanza, it means never ever give up in your life. Your perseverance will definitely give you a result. Very thought provoking, okay. It's an eye opener too. So stay tuned and read the third stanza along with me. Yes. Hi. When I say hi, you will have to say hello. Okay. Hi. When I say hello, you will have to say hi. Hello. Yes. Hi. Hello. Done. Okay. I think you have come back. Yes. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Now, the previous stanza we have said, stay composed, stay cool, stay comfortable. Don't get worried about all these pretenders in life. You stay strong. You get convinced about yourself. Don't try to prove yourself. You try to express yourself, not impress others. Okay, so if you can make one heap of all your winnings, might be the wealth, money, a heap, you have won, you have gained after putting in your brain and your physical strength, everything putting together, you might have earned a heap of winnings. And risk it on one turn of pitch and toss. There is a possibility that you may lose this heap of winnings. There is a possibility. It's not you will. Again, there is a possibility. And risk it on one turn of pitch and toss. Pitch and toss, flip of a coin. Flip of a coin happens within a fraction of a second. So, there is a possibility to lose your heap of winning within a fraction of a second, within the flip of a coin. So, be stable. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it, accept that situation. If such situation happens, accept that there is a possibility. Okay, within a single attempt you may lose it, and lose and start again at your beginnings. You cannot lament about your loss and stay there. Again you will have to bounce back. You will have to come back to life, isn't it? My dear son, you will have to come back to life. You are my life, so I expect you to tackle all these difficulties because I have experienced. And that is what I am trying to give you wise advice. I advise you, whether you listen it or not, it is left to you. But I can assure you, if you listen, lend your ears and try to practice all these things, very difficult, but still if you try to practice, finally you will be a man, my dear son. Okay, so here and lose and start again at your beginnings. From the very beginning, might be you will have to, from square one you will have to begin. If such situation don't get desperate, don't be discouraged and never breathe a word about your loss. Sometimes we are interested to speak about our loss. Might be we feel happiness about lamenting over the spilt milk. What is the use of it? Not possible to get back, isn't it? So what is in your turn you will have to do? Work again to get it back. Very difficult, but do it. You are my son. Okay, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew, God as support. If you can force or push your heart and nerve, body and nerve, yes, if you give the courage, if you can give your strength, if you can pat yourself and say, move on dear, don't get depressed. If you can say that without breathing a word, not even for a single breath, you should not speak about your loss. Without speaking about it, work for achieving it again. To serve your turn long after they are gone, as far as possible. Don't ever give up. Okay, as far as they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you. Your quality will be understood when how you act when you achieve happiness and how you stay cool and composed when you lose everything. A person can be understood. The quality of a person can be understood. Don't be so overexcited about your winning, or don't feel so desperate about your loss. It is full of ups and downs. So, it is your duty to give a support your nerve and heart, telling that to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you. Grasp firmly, hold on to something firmly, to the cord, to the nerve, to the mind, and tell when there is nothing in you, might be you are empty handed, nothing, such situations can occur in your life. Might be you stay empty handed with no money, not a single penny in your hand, no relatives supporting you, even your family members are against you, nobody trusts you, but still he says, hold on, stay, accept the will which says to them, hold on. So, only one thing will be there with you ever, that is will, capital W, isn't it? Willpower, your inner strength, the inner strength. Willpower is the only thing that stays with you forever, nothing else more. So hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. That is the only thing. Yes, don't give up. Never give up. Life is to fight and get back things. Life is only once, so prove yourself. Enjoy your life and move on. So this support can be got only from your willpower. Only that willpower will say, ask you, will courage, will command you to stay strong. Shall we move on to the fourth stanza? And it is all about achieving greatness by staying humble. Whenever you move on to heights, you will have to be so humble that humility is required. When you fall from the first step, it is easy to get back. But when you fall from the height, might be the injuries are more. But you will have to get up, isn't it? So, be humble. Okay, once when you go to heights, you will have to be very careful about your life. Okay, so here, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it, and which is more, you will be a man, my son. So there is a purpose in life. What is the purpose? To achieve something in earth. So if you are ready to accept all these conditions, put these conditions in order and ready to follow that, then everything in the earth belongs to you. It is not necessary that you will have to go behind these things. All those things will follow your way. The thing is, if you can fill the unforgiving minute, it's a metaphor. Unforgiving minute, the time that's gone, it is meant for the time. Time waits for none, isn't it? Even a single minute or the single second that is lost. You cannot get back the time. So even if you can utilize a single minute very efficiently to put yourself in right order, that is great. Make use of each and every moment in your life. So, towards the end, he comes with some moral principles. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue. See, my dear son, you will have to mingle with everyone in this world. You will have to mingle with people from various categories and various localities. When such situation arises, what you have to do is, if you can talk with crowd and keep your virtues, you will have to keep up your values even if you have close connection with the crowd. Mass, saying that you should not stoop to the mean level, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. So, might be you are a person in a high position, dealing with people of high officials, dealing with kings, saying that you should not keep yourself aloof, saying that I cannot mingle with ordinary men. It is your duty that you will have to deal with everyone with the same balanced state of composed mind. Even if you mingle with crowd, you should not give up your virtues, values of life, moral principles of life. Or you move with kings, you should not avoid the ordinary people. You should not lose the common touch. Once when you lose the position, you will have to be back with these people, isn't it? So, have a balanced life. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. The point is, stay unhurt from friends and enemies. Foe, enemy. See, friends never they will take up a chance to hurt you. But enemies, they will be waiting for a moment to find fault. So, you should not give room for those people to find a fault from you. That is what, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. Here always I think about a person, great personality, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who lived very similar to this sentence. Okay, so if all men count with you, but none too much. Don't be obsessed with anybody else. Don't be partial. If all men count with you, everybody is important to you. And don't be partial with few people. Be impartial. Okay, don't be obsessed with anybody else. If you can fill the unforgiving minute, it is a metaphor I said earlier. So, with 60 seconds worth distance run. 60 seconds, it is 1 minute. It is no less, no more. Even that 1 minute is very precious in your life. Don't waste it. Worth distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it. So, my dear son, if you could follow all these things, if you could try to accept all these conditions, my dear son, and which is more is, you will be a man, my son. You will be liked by everyone. Okay, so here I have said about personification, metaphor, unforgiving minute, masters, triumph and disaster is personification, imposters personification, triumph and disaster, imposter personification. And then here there is a repetition of if. When this word gets repeated again and again, it gathers strength and information for this content. So, for the sake of the poem, the poet repeats writing the main word and that technique is called anaphora. Okay, I hope you have followed, you have understood this poem, and I believe that you people will try to follow certain things that is applicable in your life very easily, that you can follow. No doubt it is essential. You can never ignore the facts that these values will definitely mold you up to a perfect man, and no doubt again it should be imbibed from the childhood days, isn't it? Because we are born to win. We will have to fly. So, have complete trust in oneself. You have to believe in yourself, be strong, be courageous, have self-esteem. And I think this poem is an emotional tie for a child to be brought up. Okay, it is written for the welfare of a child. When a child, it is left to a child. If you can do this, if you can do that. He never compels, you will have to. He says, if you can do this, you can achieve. So, it is purely for the sake of children, welfare of the children, and it gives an emotional bonding too. My dear son, finally he calls, my dear son, you have to. Okay, so be courageous enough to speak the truth. When everybody deals with lies, don't go on to that way. Don't take up that next track. Okay, and it also gives you an information on how to deal with the life situations when you are put under trouble or pressure. Don't give up in life. Stay strong. Nowadays, it's a trend for children to say depressed, I am depressed. What depression? Try to get back your life. It is your own life. You will have to live your own life. Okay, so your attitude should be modified. Okay, so the mood of the poem is joyful and also optimistic. Optimistic, very positive. Never the poet has let you down. He has tried to bring you back with same vigor and strength. Giving a pat on your back. Yes, come on, my child, come on, you are born to win. But these are the situations, circumstances when you will be in a dilemma what to do. So, I can guide you up. A moral lesson, moral instructions are given. So, it is like a motivation, very practically you can try to it in small situations that comes across in your life. Okay, so when you face criticism, stay strong and stay blessed. Okay, so what work I can give you right now is that write activity 1 and 2 from page number 31. So, activity 1 and 2, the question answers and appreciation for this poem also. Okay, do it and send it to me. Okay, thank you.